crossed, this works well. Let's see. There's my notification that I'm streaming. Nana. Oh, okay, that was the game. Kind of low sounding. I might turn up the game just a little bit. I'm not sure if there's much of a oops. Not that much. Make sure to update the game. I did if Twitch updated it. Right. Let me get my phone to check. For now, while I'm checking that, let's start a new game. So, this is one of those games.
Hey, you.
Oh, has voice
hey.
acting. Perfect. I can even more assuredly.
Man.
Okay, so what's she doing?
Oh, God, this is so comfy. I'm just gonna lie here and suffocate on my own vomit now.
This is a weird voice acting.
I had a thing I wanted to tell you.
I wasn't expecting it to be voice acted, I'll be honest.
This room sure looks different when it's spinning.
So I was browsing through the used book ads in the paper when I...
Listen, Eileen, I'm totally excited about books right now, but...
Yeah,
wait, hear me out. So I noticed this
later.
article about a war veteran from Conwell Springs who just died. I remembered that you used to live there and everything, and...
Cool.
Oh, how I wish for joyful, blissful sleep.
And get this! His name was Joseph. Joseph Rain.
Oh no, my
What did you just
relative
say?
died.
You knew him, right? I knew it! I knew you'd know him.
Let's see. I'll just be outright. Yeah,
was my grandfather.
Out loud.
Hey, wait a minute. I never told you where I grew up.
Oh, I might have sort of looked you up.
That is not cool, Eileen. Seriously.
I just couldn't help myself.
Well, one of these days you're gonna help yourself to a restraining order. I'm just telling you this as a friend.
I know.
I know that you're
Anyway,
gonna give me
you
a
should know that
restraining
the
order.
funeral is
That's
tomorrow.
fair. Whatever.
Okay.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. Good night, Eileen.
Good night, Kathy.
You know, that whole hangover thing also seemed to clear up pretty fast when she found out she had a dead grandfather. Like, that's impressive. Or I guess being drunk, I should say. I don't know if it was a hangover.
Oh, God, make it stop.
Okay, I guess this is gonna be a hangover. Oh. Do I have to make it stop? Yes, okay. Look at
Eileen's
alarm clock.
obnoxious alarm clock. The noise makes me want to stab myself with something dull.
Okay. So, I think I was gonna say, I'm trying to get things
Looks like
figured out
Eileen
with
left a note
Twitch.
for me here.
Oh.
Hi, Kat. Since it's such a long drive, I set the alarm so you won't miss the funeral. Thank me later. E. I'm so getting a new roommate. Well, I guess I should get going. I'm late enough as it is.
Okay. So I guess, edgy indeed, NTF. So, especially with the fact that this game's had as an interesting start, I will say, I'm going to make a policy, like with Fran Bow, I straight up tried to finish it. I'm going to try and make a policy to play and finish games that I like. Because there are a lot of games I like. But I am going to be pulling a lot of random games, like this one, out of my Steam library. And if I don't like a game, I'm just gonna put it out there that I'm under no obligation to finish it, and probably won't. We'll have to see with this one, obviously. I just figured I would put that out there.
I can certainly see the appeal of blindly rummaging through Eileen's clothes, but seriously, I've got better things to do.
I don't think you do. It's a point-and-click game. Steal everything.
Eileen's closet, filled to the brink with inherited clothes and Christian joy.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, she does have a cross. Steal it. Think about
Honestly, she can believe in what she wants as long as she doesn't try to shove it down my throat.
it. Sure. Steal
Looks handcrafted. Probably something she made in woodworking class. Well, either her or one of her 12 siblings.
it. What, she fucking Mormon?
Eileen's schedule. There's a note for today. Set alarm clock for Kathy. Can't have her miss the funeral.
I don't know if I'm gonna stand here and examine everything, but I will admit I like adventure games where I can examine, like, fucking
we meet again,
everything.
Mr. Bear. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault you ended up so close to my lighter.
I think that very much sounds like your fault, but sure. Also, it's an adorable pink bear.
Eileen's closet, filled to the brink with inherited clothes and...
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's look at your side of the room a little bit. Yours looks a lot more messy. Oh, can I use the computer?
I'm no geek, but I know how to use one.
Okay, good.
A computer, that is. Not a geek.
You probably know how to use one of those too, let's be honest.
Eileen borrowed it from school. She takes a bunch of computer classes.
I mean, you clearly have one in your room here. A geek. Scanner.
It's some advanced scanner thingy. It can scan pictures, tapes, all sorts of stuff.
Sure you know how to use a computer? Oh hey! Phone numbers! We just had this in Franbo! Ah yes, phone is my favorite gadget. Oh hey! Oh no! She smokes. Why? At least I have a stun gun. That's actually a pretty cool, reasonable thing for a person to have.
NZ500 self-defense stun gun. Fully charged.
Upset if it wasn't.
A girl can never be too safe.
That's fair. I mean, really, I think that's fair of anyone. No one could to be like it. I don't know, like self-defense, like really basic things like that are things I'm actually totally
one of my
down
favorite
for.
horror movies.
I don't know. I've on occasion wondered if I should get one, but then I'm like, I don't really trust myself with anything that, like, can electrocute people. Like, is this a horror game? I don't think it is. It's not from what I've heard. It's more like a detective story than an adventure game.
Helped me get rid of my last two roommates. My electric guitar. Got it cheap from a lesbian I met at a concert. Good times.
Sure.
Nah, I just got up.
Do it
Nah,
anyways.
I just got
Fine.
messy. Just the...
Okay, let's get out of here. I've spent way too much time in my room. Fucking about. Clearly, oh yeah, motorcycle time. I guess this is where I decide where I'm going. I'll go to the cemetery. I mean, unless you find, I don't even know. Unless you find edgy jokes scary, because so far that has been a thing in this game. Or dyed hair, though actually I kind of like her hair.
Here we are.
Kind of makes me think of Kill la
God,
Kill.
I really need a smoke.
No.
Does anyone object? Guess
I
not.
object.
Dead people rule.
I think dead people are dead. I don't know. I mean, I don't even really have anything to say about whether or not it's disrespectful. I just don't like smoking. It's bad. It's bad for you, and it's awful, and I hate it. It's
You're
you know,
gathered here
one of
today
those-
to honor a person
okay.
of great integrity, a pillar of the community, and a decorated war hero. His name was
America.
Joseph Irving Rain. We all remember his warm heart, his compassion, and his eagerness to help others. His passing, while our loss, is surely heaven's gain.
Cool.
Now we entrust our brother Joseph to God's mercy. We commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ,
Oh,
who will
Jesus,
transform
my
our
favorite.
frail bodies so they
I'm
may
sorry,
be conformed to
guys.
his
I
glorious
don't
body.
really do that
died,
whole religion
was buried,
thing,
and
as
rose
I
again
think
for us.
most of you will
To whom
know.
be glory forever.
So I don't really have a lot of relevant words to say here. When someone dies, they're dead. That is like my extent of my thoughts on that.
Oh, Kathy, you big baby. Just talk to her.
A funeral simulator. Wait, I can't use it? Aw, no.
Yeah, wouldn't that be an electrifying first impression?
I think it would be. I'm such a jerk. I see random person. Let's freaking just stun gun them. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to introduce myself with the new name too. I'm not Green Bean anymore around here. I'm Hyperdimensional Detective. Which even that, I still want to fix out my Twitch name a little bit to have, like, hyphens, so it's not just a scrunched word, because that would look better. I'll do that when I can.
Excuse me? Mrs. Rain?
Have we met, Anne? You look strangely familiar.
It's me. It's Catherine.
Catherine? Who?
You don't recognize me? I guess it's been a while. I might be a bit taller than you remember me.
I also dyed my hair, but I guess I'll mention that.
Bless my soul. Look at you, all grown up. Oh, how I wish Joseph could see you now, finally coming home.
Let's hope he can. Wherever he is.
A comforting thought, dear. Lord, how long has it been? 10 years? 15?
15 sounds about right. I was 6 when Mom took me away.
Goodness, we have some catching up to do then. I want to know everything. Listen, I'm not quite ready to leave yet, but why don't you join me at the house in half an hour?
Sure, I'd love to. I passed it on my way here. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
I'll see you soon then. I'm so glad you found your way back home. I can't wait for us to have a chance to talk.
Same here. See you in a bit.
Sure, she's edgier, but at least she's actually, like, I don't know, respectful and not a bitch to her grandma. So far, I can appreciate that. She didn't even try to crack any jokes or something. She, like, you know, took that conversation seriously, as one should. Now this guy...
I don't see
yeah.
how those things work together.
No, they work perfectly together. Do it.
I
Do
don't
it.
see how those...
Fine. Just gonna go
You
talk
don't want to
with
get
him.
me started. Let's just say me and the humble servants of God have a history of not getting along.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
I
the
think
priest
that's
who performed the
reasonable.
service here.
Yeah. I feel like he's
I
gonna
am sorry
talk to
for
me.
your loss.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The Taser
If you wish
Testament.
to find God, the Church of the Holy Trinity is always open to you.
Is that so?
Here, have a brochure. It's never too late to turn away from the path of sin.
I bet you this church is super evil. The path of the Holy Trinity, more like the path of worshipping Satan himself. Yeah, that's right. I called you out, mister.
And what makes you so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father? Wouldn't you say that prejudice is but a small step from the 7 big ones?
I simply meant that we are all sinful creatures, child. I hope to see you at the church.
Don't get your hopes up, buddy.
I'll pray for you. I wish you comfort in this time of grief.
Thank you, Rep. I appreciate that. We're both on the same page. That is what I've learned. Unless it is a magical setting where people have actual holy powers, like, never trust a priest in games. Like, religious people are usually there because they're actually
Grandma,
cultists.
anybody home?
Or, like I said, unless they're magical, which, I mean, would be a lot more useful to have actual healing powers, but it kind of seems like a more down-to-earth game than that.
This paint looks fresh. Grandma must have had this restored recently. Cute red horse. It's some old Swedish thing, I think.
Huh.
Huh. Never seen this around. Grandpa must have used it towards the end. An old wheelchair. Not too dusty.
Let's see. There's the phone again, if I need that
Some
for
kind
anything.
of winter forest scene. I've always wondered if it's supposed to be Conwell Woods or not.
Curious, that might be relevant. Can you take a closer look at the photos, maybe? Let's
A wedding
look
photo
in-
from when my grandparents married.
Oh.
They look younger than I am now. Things have sure changed.
You know, that's fair. That's actually, I don't know if that's common with older people, but definitely, something I could also say with my grandparents.
It's a photo of this very farm from way back. It says June 12, 1910 in the corner.
Wow. Are there any options to make you, like, walk faster? Game controls. I can use the space bar? Huh. Yeah, it's oh, wow. Okay. That's what it does. So it doesn't display the options like I was confused about. It displays all of the clickable objects in the room. That's actually pretty useful if you're having trouble determining what is or isn't
A
different
mere
items.
single pair of boots on display. Boy, do we live in different worlds.
I actually really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a
Nice
shame you
black
don't get
leather
the
coat.
paintings closer
Right up my
up.
alley.
Oh,
I
that's-
shouldn't overstay my welcome.
Okay, fine. Let's just go in the living room door. I mean, it's kind of weird that I just walked in and she didn't, like, invite me.
Oh,
or
hello,
whatever.
dear. I was just wondering what took you so long.
Sorry, I couldn't resist taking that old wheelchair for a spin. Oh, don't give me that look. I put it back.
You haven't changed one bit. Always kidding around, just like when you were little. Come have a seat. We have so much to talk about.
Well, at least you're understanding. I don't know if everyone would be, but
So,
I guess she
now,
knows her grandma.
Tell me about your life in the city.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I'm going to school for journalism. It's my second year. I ride a motorcycle in case you missed it there out front.
Ah, that's right. Just like your father.
Yeah, I suppose.
I must ask, have you heard anything from your father? Anything at all?
No, nothing since he bailed way back then.
I expected as much. He disappeared without a trace.
Probably went to another
No matter, that's
dimension.
ancient history. How's Sharon then?
Or maybe he went into hiding. Or maybe he joined the cult. Oh, there's so many possibilities. He's probably dead, though. Oh, shit. I wish it showed the question. I was so busy being a joking asshole myself, I have missed it, but I think she had asked about my mother. This one actually seems like a choice. Tell her the truth or avoid the subject.
Mom
Tell the
is...
truth.
I had her committed to a place where she could get some real help. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. In spite of everything that happened when she took you away.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry I didn't visit sooner, Grandma. Mom, she told me all these horrible lies about you and Grandpa. When I was old enough to understand what she was doing, I felt like it was much too late.
It wasn't your fault, dear. You were a child. I'm just happy that you're here now.
Me too. So, what about you? How have you been doing all these years?
I've been lonely ever since the accident. There's no denying that.
What happened?
accident?
Rep, whose name are we talking
Ashes.
about?
Of course you don't know. She took you away before it all happened.
Yeah, before the
Don't know
Fire
what.
Nation attacked,
I
right?
will never forget that dreadful day. August 16th, 1981. It was the middle of the night when Sheriff Truman knocked on our door. He had Joseph with him.
Okay.
I couldn't even recognize Joseph at first. All dirty and wet with an awful blank stare on his face. Like his soul had been ripped from his body.
Cultists
Since
stole
that
his
day,
soul.
He never spoke a word. Forever confined to that
Oh no.
blasted wheelchair.
Maybe this is
Really?
a horror game.
For all this time? I had no idea.
It came as a shock to all of us.
That's horrible, Grandma. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, dear.
I feel bad sitting here being like, in my opinion, that's rad, Grandma. I'm looking forward to cultists and some haunted nonsense. Hopefully there's some, like, really spooky shit that happens. Yeah, I bet it happened in Silent Hill.
I don't want to show her that. She'll just start worrying about me.
Alright. So I can show her items or I can ask questions.
I don't want to show her that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
What do you
Well,
think
it's-
about this church, Grandma?
Are they
They
evil?
seem harmless to me, but they can be a bit pushy at times.
Huh, you could say that. Handing out pamphlets at funerals is in pretty bad taste.
Awfully strange behavior for a priest, I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah. I know. What an
I don't want to
asshole.
show her that.
It's just your notebook, but I guess there's no reason to show her that.
Why do you think Grandpa suddenly left that night in 81?
I haven't the faintest idea. He acted very peculiar not long before it happened, disappearing for hours at a time. At first, I even suspected he was having an affair. When I asked him about it, he just said he was chasing old demons.
Like
Must have had
succubuses.
something to do with the war.
Oh no. War succubuses. That explains everything.
What do the doctors have to say about Grandpa's condition?
Persistent vegetative state. That's what they call it.
That's not very
I've
useful.
heard it all by now. One doctor said it was a stroke. Another claimed it was a seizure. The third hack tried to sell it off as a severe infection. It's all a load of tripe. I had an MRI performed on Joseph. It's one of those state-of-the-art head scans.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yes, well, according to the scan, his brain was completely intact. They thought it was a technical problem at the time, some kind of glitch, but the result was the same after 3 different scans on 3 different machines. Eventually, they had to confess that they simply had no credible explanation for the state he was in.
And this injury just happened to occur on the very same night he mysteriously disappears?
Indeed. I refuse to believe it was a coincidence.
Alright, so that's I mean, that leads me all the more to believe what I said. Clearly, it's not anything medical.
Maybe it was post-traumatic stress disorder? Grandpa always had a hard time showing weakness.
I don't know, dear. I'm just speculating. I didn't think too much of it at the time.
I mean,
Joseph was a man of
Clearly
few
you
words.
did.
I'm sure he just didn't wish to burden me with it. Whatever
or
it
maybe
was.
you mean when it first happened.
What did Sheriff Truman have to say about the matter?
Not much. He said they simply found Joseph in that condition on the outskirts.
You know what
of
would be
town.
the real
The
twist?
sheriff was convinced there was some kind of foul play involved, but the investigation turned up nothing.
And I know this
They
twist
said
has
that
been
he
done
was
by
sorry,
now,
that he was
but it would
forced
be a real
to close the
twist
case.
if it
You know,
was like
I
the
could try to find
grandma,
out more about this.
who was like
You're welcome
drugging
to try,
him
dear.
or
Some
something
kind of
for some
closure would mean
reason.
the world to me.
Okay, I think I'll head over to the sheriff's station for a little chat then. Would be nice to witness police doing some actual police service for once.
Yeah, but I don't really see why that would be the case in
Let
this
me know
time.
if I can be of any more help.
Anyways, I find it pretty funny that my reaction to, oh wow, Grandpa went nuts, is
Well,
I'm
gotta go,
going
Gramps.
to,
Talk to
like,
you later.
Bye,
become
Kathy.
a detective and find out why Grandpa went frickin' nuts. Like, that's necessary, apparently. Also, that's pretty funny, NTF. Maybe he was a clone.
Grandpa in his Air Force uniform. Looks to be in his early 20s. Planes. A robust piece of wooden furniture. I used to love digging through those drawers when I was a kid, looking for coins, buttons, and trinkets. Grandpa and me, we had this game where he would hide pennies around the house and I would go on a treasure hunt. Never in the attic, though. I thought it was too scary up there.
That's pretty cute. It's interesting you mentioned the attic, though. Oh, booze.
Expensive looking scotch. That thing has been standing there forever.
I think I should probably save, because I saw there was the option to, drink it?
It would be kind of funny to see her reaction, but no.
Good. Okay. I'm like, that would be very... Hey, Grandma! Ignore me, I'm just gonna drink heavily now. Not do what I actually said. Take a cup.
I'm more of a coffee gal.
Oh, okay. I mean...
Grandma has prepared some tea for us.
Well, I guess that's
There's
not gonna
nothing
matter
quite-
much. But, sure.
A decent-sized book collection. Most of them science or history related from the looks of it.
Steal all of them.
I remember playing with that. Grandpa had a whole collection of them.
Cool.
An intricate toy area.
So, I'm guessing you're not going to further explore the house then.
I shouldn't
Or-
overstay my welcome.
Apparently, yeah. Fair enough. Time to leave. If anything, I'll say so far this game feels like it has some pretty interesting mechanics for point and click. It does feel very old school, kind of detective-like in its mannerisms. I'm actually kind of, I'll be honest, the main character started kind of iffy for me, and I'm not gonna say she's perfect or anything, but, like, I actually think this game is interesting so far. I at least, even if I don't know if this stream... Even if I don't know if this stream will be super long, it's
Land
cool.
of the free. Not their peak hours, it seems.
Young cop, let's... Oops,
Various
no.
notices and a wanted poster.
I was trying to talk to this guy.
Some young cop. Looks a bit familiar.
Well, you probably know him.
Hi.
Hello.
Is it just me, or do
Do
you
I
look
have
a
to
little
commit
bit like a
crime
Ken
to get your
doll?
attention? Because I seriously will.
Ma'am, I'm really quite busy at the moment. Hey, wait. I know you.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Yes, I do. You're Kathy. Kathy Rain.
My reputation precedes me, in a kind of but not totally creepy way.
Aw, come on. It's me, Lenny. Lenny Marks.
Yeah, Lenny, you're my favorite.
Oh, right. Lenny. Long time no see, buddy.
Ain't that the truth? I suppose you came to town for the funeral?
Yep, that's right.
Sorry for your loss. Joseph was a great guy before, well, you know.
Yeah, he really was.
So, anyway, what can I do for you today?
Looks more... Arian? What? That's an interesting name there. What
yeah,
if I...
that won't get me into trouble at all.
It's just like, hey Lenny, psh, buzz, freaking dead.
I don't want to show him that.
Okay.
What's your opinion on this church?
Are they super evil?
I think it's a nice enough church. Why?
I don't know. The priest seemed odd. Kinda pushy.
Yeah, I get your point. But I know the guy. He's harmless.
If you say so.
He's harmless until he starts summoning the devil.
I wanted to ask if you know anything about my grandfather's accident.
I really don't know much beyond the rumors. The sheriff may have more information, but even he probably doesn't know anything that isn't in the report. It happened before either of us worked here.
Okay, I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff then.
Sure thing. His office is to your right.
Cool. Wow.
Well, gotta go.
I
See ya.
expected some kind of puzzle around me having to get around this guy. I didn't actually think he'd just let me go through. Hey, there's a phone again.
I would, but I
like-
can't do that when he's right there. Maybe I can distract him somehow.
Oh, so there is going to be a puzzle to get him away from his desk. It's just not like I don't have to complete the puzzle to get in to see the
How's
sheriff.
the paperwork coming along, Lenny?
Okay, I guess. Maybe halfway through.
That's no good. We're gonna have to cancel lunch today.
Tons of
Again?
miscellaneous
Oh,
files.
man.
I don't see anything labeled
Your
as
motivation
police
shouldn't be
reports, so
limited by
those
your
must be
growling
elsewhere.
stomach, Lenny.
I just
If you say so, boss.
you gonna look at all your stuff while you're talking to your guy.
A gold medal of some kind.
Oh, okay. I get you, Cup.
That must be the sheriff. He looks grumpy.
He kind of looks like
Lenny,
the guy from the Spider-Man movies.
Hello,
you
Sheriff.
know,
Do you have a
Jay
moment?
Jameson or
Not
whatever.
really. Make it quick.
Okay, it isn't in his close-up, but just like his sprite before it did the close-up, looked a little bit like that guy. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. What do you think of this church?
What's your opinion on this church?
Would you shoot
It's
them
a
if you
fight.
could?
I go there myself every Sunday.
You're a cultist, you're evil. I don't trust you anymore, Sheriff. There's really not even a point. Might as
yeah,
well kill
that won't
you
get
now.
me into trouble at all.
Aw.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
He had a stroke in the woods. That's what happened.
If that's all there is, why would Sheriff Truman open an investigation?
It was just standard procedure. A general occurrence report always has to be filed.
I don't like the
see.
the
Did you know him at all?
leveling
No, I
though.
admit it, Howard.
Like I swear,
Man sure has one hell of a reputation, though. It's been over a decade since he was put in that wheelchair, and people still talk about the man he used to be. It's like he was a cult leader or something.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
Sure
Could be, but
does.
you know what they say? Things too good to be true usually are.
You're saying a conspiracy theory would be good? But yeah, like you were saying, I feel like the leveling is off. I don't know how it is for you guys. Hopefully it's kind of fine, but I swear some of the characters are like not like the sheriff. The sheriff is noticeably quieter than Kathy Rain is, and I don't know why. Like, that's super weird. I don't know why they're not... Like, I like that this game is voice acted. That's actually pretty unique for, even these days, that's not all the time with point-and-click games, because I get that voice acting can be expensive and time-consuming and a lot of things for an indie company. Still, the volume leveling is just not perfect.
Could I have a look at that report?
Absolutely not. They're official police documents.
Why not? I thought filed police reports are public record.
Not in this state, they ain't.
But I'm family. Doesn't that count for something?
You consider yourself family. I've never even seen you before in this town.
It's complicated.
Guess what's complicated? Not to mention illegal. Handing out evidence to anyone who asks for it.
Aw, come on, Sheriff. What's the big deal? It was a long time ago. It would make this girl very, very happy.
Are you trying to use flirtation on an officer of the law? Well, that shit may work on numbnuts like Lenny, but I got work to do.
Lenny, a little help here? Don't you agree that he's taking by the book too far?
Well, boss, she is his granddaughter, really. I don't think it's any...
Don't you think I know that? There are rules. Am I the only one in here who cares about the law?
You're the only
much
one in
coffee?
here who's
Try
a
not to pop a vein.
cultist.
You want to see the inside of a cell?
Oh,
Jeez.
cuff me, officer. Spare me the torment of your rhetorical questions and veiled threats.
Just follow the rules like everyone else. I've had enough of this nonsense.
Fine.
I've had enough of your nonsense too. I sure do wish I could just combine the sun gun with your face.
Yeah, that won't get me into trouble at all.
It'd be funny though. I know if this were like a super old adventure game, it would probably, like King's Quest old adventure game, it would probably let me do
What's the
that.
deal with that bump?
And then I would get in
What else up?
trouble. But it'd be funny. Hey Lenny.
Shit.
So,
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
Hey, I need to see the police report from 81 when my grandfather was found by the old sheriff.
I'd love to help, Kathy. The files are right here behind me. But you better check with the sheriff first.
Okay, I'll do that.
I already know that's a no.
Well,
I don't.
gotta go.
Yeah, I'd be
See
shooting
ya.
for a high score, but I was gonna say in old adventure games I
Looks
could,
like talking
but it
isn't
would
gonna
probably
help me
give
get that
a
report.
game over.
I'll have to take matters into my own hands. I wonder what's behind those doors.
Oh, okay. So I have to sneak into here.
Not sure where those doors.
How's the paperwork coming along, Lenny?
Okay, I guess. Maybe not
I
sure.
see. Oh, wow. I'm taking matters much more into my own hands than I thought. I thought I was going to use the telephone to distract him, honestly.
Huh, very funny. If I ever feel the urge to clean, I'll know where to go.
This also doesn't seem to be like a very heavily inventoried game, at least so far. I haven't gotten a lot of objects
If I
to
ever
use.
feel the urge to clean,
But that's fine.
A
I actually
jail
don't
cell.
mind that.
looks cramped.
I kind of like low item counts on these sort of games.
Thanks. That was getting annoying.
You're welcome. I should probably talk to you.
Looks like an incarcerated bum.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna talk to him, I
Hey.
guess.
Hi there.
So, why'd they put you in that cell?
It's all just a big misunderstanding.
Is that so?
Yeah, I didn't mean to steal anything. I was just using my pockets to move the beer to the checkout.
That's the worst excuse I have ever heard.
That is
For your
pretty
information,
bad.
I happen to have a deadly fear of shopping carts.
I take my last statement back. This excuse is even worse.
Hey, it wasn't your father who was killed by a shopping cart when you were 8.
I sure hope not.
To be fair, mine wasn't either. It was just Uncle Bob. But that doesn't mean it was any less traumatic, mind you. To this day, I still get nervous breakdowns in grocery stores.
I think I've heard enough, buddy.
You're right. We should stop before the flashbacks begin.
Amazing.
gotta go.
That's,
See ya.
so far, this bum is my favorite. It wasn't your father that was killed by a shopping cart when you were 8. It's the best thing I've ever heard, Mr. Arrested guy. Would you like to join me on my magical journey to find out why my grandfather turned into a shell of himself?
Brilliant idea to leave those lying around next to evidence lockers and locked cells. Too heavy to carry around and too noisy to use in here without getting caught. Just a bunch of boxes filled with office supplies.
You know, that sure is Cup, now that you mention it.
A computer monitor. Probably recovered stolen goods. There's no way small town cops would be that up to date with the modern world. I'll need a key.
Anything that I really care about? Not really.
No
for
wanted.
most of it. Alright, bum. Let's try and get you to distract Lenny for me.
Hey,
So let's,
Hi there.
you need to keep the blonde cop out there busy for a while.
I do?
$10 says you do.
I'd say my services in this matter are worth at least $20.
9,
15.
8,
Fine. 10.
7.
So, what am I doing again?
Distract that young cop in the lobby. I don't care how you do it, as long as you keep him occupied for a while.
Okay, then. Let me know when.
Will do.
Alright, so time to make a deal with a bum to distract a cop so I can steal shit. This seems like it can only go
Hey.
well.
Hi there.
So, why'd they put you in that is that I did that.
Already.
You're
Okay,
So, how do I signal you? Or does she just automatically do it?
Hey, the jail is off limits. You shouldn't be in there.
oh, sorry. I just heard someone yelling. I think that guy in the cell needs some help.
Ah, what now?
Okay, I have to make this quick.
Yep, steal all the things. Just take everything. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, let's have a look.
Or you could actually take the one you need. That makes sense. That being said, you should probably take the entire paper and not just, like, look at it while you're here, but whatever. I guess in this way you're not technically, like, stealing it, though. Let's see. An individual was encountered on the side of the dirt road a few miles from Conwell Springs, blindly walking forward with his eyes open. Subject was identified as Joseph Rain. He did not respond when touched or spoken to. He appeared to be dirty from head to toe and wet up to his knees. Mr. Rain was fiercely clutching a small tape recorder, complete with tape. Being cooperative, he could be led into the squad car and transported back to town. Picked up Mrs. Rain and brought her along with Mr. Rain to the emergency room at the community clinic. Upon routine inspection of the patrol car, a tape recorder was found and discarded on the back seat. Filed as evidence in locker number 5. Okay, so I need to get that.
I'm gonna have to get my hands on that recorder.
Well, glad you think so too.
Okay, let's find the key to locker number 5.
Yeah,
Got it.
pretty much. Gotta go find the tape. And, yep, nothing suspicious here. I totally didn't steal anything. Shame I didn't get to hear any of what the bum said to distract, Lenny, or whatever this... Yeah, Lenny. Because it probably was really funny. I'm sure he had, like, a massive breakdown about, like, how his father was killed by a jail cell.
How can I help us?
And how he needs to be let out or something. Anyways, how'd that go? Do you want to tell me about it?
Hi there.
I already persuaded
Okay,
him to
gotta go.
distract Lenny.
See ya.
It'd be kind of pointless to do that again. Anyways, locker key.
This should open the evidence locker with the tape recorder.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Use it. Do it. Get all the things. Steal everything.
Alright, got it.
Can only end well.
Nah, no need to record.
Oh yeah, I should. do
Note to
that.
self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips. I've been working on my research in the attic at night. I just don't want her to worry. She has enough to think about with everything that's been going on lately. With Sharon and Kathy. Anyway, I'm getting closer to finding the source. I have a theory, but I need help. I'm gonna have to involve somebody else.
Attic. Okay, so something.
Note to self. Remember the
3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips.
bouquet
Might
consists.
need
I've been
that.
working. I just don't.
In fact, I'm almost certain I'm going to need to at some point. Anyways, bye, bum. I'll probably never see you again.
Fax machines, the pinnacle of modern technology.
Sure are.
Hey, Kathy, wait.
What?
Do you eat foot? I mean, food?
Absolutely not. I feed on human misery. Relax, Lenny. Yes, I do eat food.
Oh, well, great. Can I buy you food sometime? And also buy food for me? And then maybe we could eat the food together?
It's probably, the worst, that's probably one of the worst, like, attempts at date I've ever heard. Do you want me to buy you food, and then I'll buy food, and then we'll eat food together, like humans do? Do you want to be a human with me together in the same place?
I'm really busy right now. Maybe later.
Oh, okay. See ya.
Poor Lenny. He'll never get to eat that foot that he wanted to eat. Anyways. Yeah, I guess Kathy does too. Want to eat foot. Let's see. I'm gonna add another D to my save file.
I should probably ask Grandma first.
Probably don't want to save in the same spot like too many times. I've generally leaned against that. Okay. That being said, this may or may not be a shorter stream. Just as a warning to you guys, considering I already had one stream tonight that lasted pretty long. May or may not end this after I explore the attic, we'll see. But, good news, I like this game so far. I can't guarantee I'll finish it, but I sure as hell am gonna stream more of it.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
I might even get back to it tomorrow.
Would you mind if I took a look in the attic?
I suppose it would do no harm. Come with me.
Aw, yeah. We're
Thanks,
gonna
Grandma.
see all the creepy ghosts in the attic.
Be careful now.
Nah, I'm gonna die. It's okay, though. I don't need to be careful. Psh, it's nonsense. Here's like being careful.
Nothing. The bulb must be burned out.
Cool. Oh, I have a lighter, though.
Nah, it's drafty in here and almost out of fuel. Gonna need it for my smokes.
There is not a... Fuck your smokes. There's not a better time to light whatever. Fuck you. Steal the light bulb. Can I steal the light bulb?
The bulb looks burned out. I'll have to replace it.
Do I just go ask?
The bulb looks...
I don't really... Oh yeah, I can, highlight. So there's nothing in here to replace it with, for sure. Table lamp. Am I really going to? Sure. Yeah, okay.
Free light bulb. Score!
So, rather than going to my grandma, my response is going to steal a light bulb.
I'll have to replace it.
Well, whatever. I guess that's not too unreasonable, though. It's actually a really simple puzzle. I don't mind.
There we go.
Fixed. Click. Hey, look, cobweb.
A thick book about math.
Looks important. Use it. Steal it. It's my math book now.
An old typewriter covered in cobwebs.
Okay, so this is probably when the game
It
actually
looks
starts
like someone
getting
was
a lot
doing
of
geometry.
items.
I can't make much sense of it.
Oh yeah, I could have thought about the light bulb. Oops. A shame that I didn't. I'm sure I should have had some really in-deep thoughts about the light bulb. Oh hey, a combination. Locked briefcase. So that's another thing I can ask about. Geometry. I'm learning that. Solve the equations for her? Do I have to? I probably could. Oh. Okay, so what was it? It was 3 red. 1 blue and 2 yellow. How does this work here? Well, thank you. I'm glad I found such a mathematical game. Prime numbers. Pi. Fibonacci numbers? Actually, I think we used Fibonacci for Fran Bow, didn't we? Probably not saying that right, but who cares, hopefully? That being said, just because the colors are right doesn't mean the yellow, like, it doesn't really mean it means much to me.
A worn office chair on wheels. I'm feeling a sudden urge to do a race. Various books and office supplies.
Oh, cool, I did say
Nothing
it
in
right.
particular catches the eye.
Okay, anything else in this room? Oh, wow, there's a lot in this room. Coffee cup.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Decades old coffee. Lovely.
Drink it. You know you want to. It's a good idea, I swear.
Nothing.
Oh. I'll loot all his stuff.
Empty.
Damn. What kind of drawers are these? They contain nothing.
Just some old bills. Nothing interesting.
Diagram. Did I look
It
at
looks
that
like
yet?
someone was doing geometry. I can't make much sense of it.
I'll look closer.
It looks like someone was...
I have a geometry book. You use book on it.
That action doesn't seem productive to me.
It's fucking do it, bitch.
That action doesn't seem productive to me.
You're not productive to me. Damn it. Fucking
Mr. Bear! How did you get all the way up there?
Go steal this bear.
Good idea. You just keep watch. I'll do the searching. Mr. Bear! Good idea.
Well, that's cute at least. Okay, 3. I mean, there's a 3 here, but just because there are the different numbers here doesn't really mean much to me. Maybe I can go ask Grandma about the... Like, I know it brought up the thing, so yeah, I'm gonna go ask her Grandma about the briefcase and see if she gives any hints.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hey. You want to talk? You want to tell me how to maths
Mind
better?
if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's...
I found a locked briefcase in the attic. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, that old thing? Joseph said there were just some old boring Air Force papers in there.
If that is the case, why use an intricate combination lock?
Exactly.
That's a very good question, dear. In any case, I wouldn't know how to open it.
Break it. Break it. Curb
See you later,
stomp the
Grams.
thing.
Take care, dear.
Make sure it regrets the day it ever locked me away from sweet progress. I mean, I'm not crazy. I'm not going to murder a book. Oh shit, I forgot to... speaking of books, I forgot to show her my geometry book. How dare I?
I found this book in the attic. Recognize it?
Oh, yes. I bought it for Joseph's birthday once. He was always fascinated by numbers. He believed that math could explain everything in this world.
Sounds like a
He
cultist
was a
to
man
me.
of science. There's no denying that. Bye, Grandma. I'll be back later.
Science or hyper ultra
A decent-sized book
evil
collection.
science.
Most of them science or...
I don't know anything about good, like, terms. That was stupid. Not that I'm wrong, but that was still a bad way to word that. Yeah, I'm sure this does. Let me listen to this again.
I don't want her to worry. She has enough to...
No.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips. I've been working on my research in the attic at night. I just don't want her to worry. She has enough to think about with everything that's been going on lately. With Sharon and Kathy. Anyway, I'm getting closer to finding the source. I have a theory, but I need help. I'm gonna have to involve somebody else.
Break it! Yeah, America! I shouldn't be doing that. Okay.
That action doesn't seem productive to me.
I mean, I feel like... that's the idea, is that the bookmarks lead you to the answers, but I don't know how they do. Like, that's the frustrating thing with a combination that's given on colors in a like by numbers in a math book, where I'm like, okay, I can figure out the idea here fairly simply. Oh, well, no, I can't. I can figure out the, okay, I have these equal the different colors, but I don't know what that means. In a page with all of these prime numbers, what does 3 rows, like, what does 3 even mean to me? There is a 3. But, I mean, there's a 3 in all of these. Numbers for the combination. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 6. I need 6 numbers for the combination. Which is way more than I thought I would need. Part of why I don't actually know what I'm doing. Secrets of infinite numbers. Fibonacci. Can't really highlight anything on any of these pages that she'll relevantly look at. It's way more than the prime numbers. I mean, pi, that just keeps on going. That being said, there's an obvious level of, like, I don't know. This may be one of those instances where I need the help of the internet, because I don't even have a clue of where to start. At all. Try the first 6 numbers of pi? That doesn't really seem to make sense. See, okay, I actually, may have just cheated a little bit, but to be honest, I don't think this puzzle was very clear or very good. So, basically, you just take the first digits from each of these, well, not the first, but let's see. So if I combine all these up, then it is theoretically that, if I understand correctly. But I do not think among all the numbers that was very clear. Or a very good puzzle. But I will see if this is correct. Yep.
Yes!
There it goes. I did it. Whoop. Sorry, guys. yeah.
A thick yellow envelope.
I don't know how you're supposed to reach that conclusion either. That's why I called it a bad puzzle. Because I reached that conclusion by looking up the answer to the puzzle, or I guess the question to the, however you'd pose, like, you know, and that's the way you solve it. Bring the book back up, sure. So what do you want to say out of the book, Rep? Like, honestly, see, the problem here, in my opinion, is that there's just too much information. Like, in these books, there's too much information going on for the player to reasonably understand what's happening, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I would have understood this if I didn't look it up. That you just take the first 3 numbers of every, like, not, but, you know, you take the first 3, then the first 1, then the first 2. Anyways,
Let's see what's in here.
Let's open this up.
There were 2
here.
pictures, a newspaper clipping, a key, and a tape inside.
Oh, okay. So the tape recorder is also going to be a standard mechanic. There seem to be a decent amount of mechanics, being that this is a point and click oversexed picture. Oh,
Looks overexposed. I can't make much out. I think I see
stupid.
trees in the background, but most of the picture is just bright white.
Ignore what I said completely. I'm stupid. How did I read that? Oh no, I'm clearly tired.
There's
think
probably
about
some
it.
way to enhance this back at school. I'll figure it out tomorrow when I'm back.
Nobody heard what I said about the picture. It's not important.
Grandpa in uniform with 2 other men. Something is handwritten on the back. Flight training. McConnell Air Force Base, 1941.
I wish there was porn. I think I was projecting a little bit with what I wanted to find compared to what I actually found.
Tragic drowning in Conwell Springs. In early morning on Sunday the 14th, a teenage girl found dead near Conwell Lake. The girl is survived by her mother, father, and younger brother. The funeral service will be held at Conwell Cemetery on the 21st of July. The notice is dated July 15th, 1975. Tragic story. I wonder why Grandpa saved this.
Indeed, it is a curiosity. I have a key and... Okay, so tape recorder. Pop out my useful tape and pop in
The tape I found in the briefcase. It seems that it was used in an answering machine at some point.
Huh, interesting. That being said, the mechanics for actually using this thing are a little stiffer than I'd like, but oh well. Let's see.
You've reached the Rain residence. Leave a message after the beep. Hello, Joseph, Mrs. Rain. It's me, Charles. I thought I'd give you a call.
Hey, Charles.
Erica just had her firstborn. It's a boy. Thankfully, he looks nothing like his father.
Cool.
Listen, I was thinking maybe you'd like to come and visit.
You were cheating?
And what about your little Kathy? Maybe she wants to see the baby. Well, anyways,
Nah, I hate
hope to see you
babies.
soon. All the best. Bye.
You people make me sick. We're never coming back. Don't call, don't write. If you ever try to contact us, I will call the police.
Huh. Somebody was upset.
Joseph, you there? It's me, Cocky. It happened to me too. And
Oh,
I'm
no.
not going to tell any of those bastards. They got it all wrong. You're the only one I trust now.
With my porn?
Just call me back as soon as you can.
Oh, okay.
I wonder who this Cocky is.
Sure, I'll get some interesting responses asking around about that.
It's a small key, fairly modern design. No identifying tag, unfortunately.
So just kind of have to shove this key into things.
Unlocks.
Well, at least I have a lot of new subjects to harass people about now, right? That's what clearly that's what this game is all about. Let's go harass everyone. Hey Grandma, do you want to hear about my Cocky?
Oh, hello, dear.
Hey. I have important things to talk to you about.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
A lot of things.
Can you tell me anything about McConnell Air Force Base?
It's not very far from Conwell Springs. Joseph was stationed there for some time during the war. I believe they're still training young pilots there today.
So, when did Grandpa enlist in the Air Force?
Oh, it was barely past the honeymoon when Joseph left to fight in that terrible war, together with his best friend Charles and my brother Andrew. Those were nerve-wracking years. I was so worried I thought I would burst. Every short visit from Joseph was a joy, but he kept going back to the front, to my great dismay. When I told Joseph about being pregnant with your father, he finally realized that enough was enough. He had done his duty. Shortly thereafter, he returned to a quiet farmer's life in this very house, helping your great-grandfather with the crops, until he passed.
Huh. That is quite the story. Actually appreciate it. It's pretty normal.
Do you know anything about a young girl drowning around here?
Oh, yes. It was the saddest thing. She was only 16. We never really knew the family. They preferred to keep to themselves.
Do you remember the name of the girl or her family?
I'm awfully sorry, dear. I just can't recall.
That's okay, Grandma. I was just wondering why Grandpa would have wanted to save this.
Joseph was always affected by the tragedy of others. Perhaps he wanted to do something for the family.
Why?
In any
give
case,
them the
he didn't
Cthulhu.
speak to me about it.
Give them the joys of being sacrifices for Cthulhu. I don't know.
Does the nickname Cocky mean anything to you?
Sounds vaguely familiar. It reminds me of the aviator call signs Joseph and his friends gave one another. Joseph was vigilante. I can't count the number of times he got into trouble for breaking the rules. To this day, I have no idea how he always managed to land on his feet.
Must be hereditary, given the things I've gotten away with. Every time I wake up, I am genuinely surprised that I'm not in jail.
I'm sure it's not that bad, dear.
But to get back to the subject, you don't have any idea of who this Cocky is?
I'm afraid not, but the Air Force might be a good place to start.
So basically, I'm going to the Air Force. I'm going to join the Army.
I don't see a reason to ask her about that.
Yeah,
Do you recognize this key, Grandma? I found it in the attic.
I'm afraid not, dear.
Do you know anything about this story, Grandma?
I already kind of asked her about that.
Not much, dear. It was this, we never really...
Do you remember their...
I'm awfully sorry.
That's quite alright, Grandma. I was just wondering...
Joseph was always in it.
Okay.
Alright,
Look
here,
at this photo I found in the locked briefcase.
Goodness.
Look at it.
I haven't seen that picture in years. This was taken when Joseph was stationed at McConnell Air Force Base.
They
him right
brought
there
up
on the
this
left.
Air Force Base
What
a
about the
lot.
other
I
two?
get the feeling we're
Don't
supposed to
move
go
any
to
of
the
the
Air
smiling
Force
man
Base,
in the back.
guys.
The gentleman on the right was Joseph's best friend, Charles Wade.
Oh, okay, but that actually did give me something new.
What can you tell me about Charles Wade?
Well, I do know he has made quite a name for himself since he and Joseph went to war together. Apparently, Evidently, he came up with some brilliant piece of engineering for the airplanes. They use it everywhere now.
Oh, that's interesting.
Any idea how to get in touch with him?
I'm afraid not, dear. I haven't seen him for years. He and Joseph grew apart before you were born.
I like the
Any particular
conversation
reason for
system,
that?
though.
Oh, not that I know of.
Suspicious.
Grams, can you tell me anything about this picture?
Is it porn?
It looks awfully bright. Perhaps something was wrong with the camera.
Yeah, maybe. I should try to figure something out tomorrow at the university.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to tell me much about anything else. Okay,
Well,
bye,
gotta go
Grandma.
bye, Cat.
Fun investigating with you. I'm gonna go bust in some heads, kick in some doors, find some airmen. So I unlock a new location? Huh, I didn't actually, as a matter of fact. I kind of assumed that would have. Can they tell me how to get to it from here, or do I need to find something else? Hey, Lenny.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
You're not evil. Can I ask you things?
Well,
Actually,
gotta go.
There's a
See
lot
ya.
of things to ask you. I kind of mentioned that. Well, I'm back and forth. You know what? I think I'm going to. I know this has been a really short stream, and it's nice that I have people around and hanging out. And I had fun. I think I'm gonna end this one pretty early though, because if you count in both my streams, I've technically been streaming for like 3 hours, pretty
The one in the
much.
cell.
Um.
Oh, shit.
And it's been fun, but I think I'm just kind of ready for a break. I kind of mentioned I'd pretty much leave it off after the attic, and I think I'd rather end on a high note. Like, the puzzle wasn't the highest note, but I actually do like the dialogue, and I have a lot of good things to investigate, a lot of clues. So I will pick up on that next time. But thank you all for watching. And this is Hyperdimensional Detective, signing out.